As people of faith, we've all struggled with the reality of unanswered prayers. When we've really prayed for something and we've been pouring out our hearts to God and God doesn't seem to respond. And I'm not talking about winning Powerball. I'm talking about a real life situation, like someone's being cured of an illness, keeping a job that we need to support our family, etc., etc. A really good thing for someone else or for ourselves that God just doesn't seem to answer. And I don't care who we are, we all get frustrated being like, Lord, why didn't you give me that? I needed it, I asked you for it, and you weren't there for me. It's at times like this we need to realize that God sees sometimes the bigger picture we don't always see. Those unanswered prayers sometimes that disappoint us or even frustrate us, God's really giving us a bigger blessing that we may not see for years down the road or even in this world. I know in my own life, this was really brought home to me when I was diagnosed with cancer. And I remember as they were trying to figure out what kind of lymphoma I had, the Burkitt's, which is what I did end up having, they told me was 9 rounds of chemo in the hospital, a bone marrow transplant, all the things I didn't want. And then they said, well, there's a possibility you could have this variant called B52, which would just be chemo once every 3 weeks, and that'd be the end of it. So I started praying really hard for the B52 variant. And I was angry at God when it came back as the Burkitt's lymphoma. I had to stop working full time, I was in the hospital, I was sick. It basically put my life on hold. But it wasn't until halfway in the treatment when I was talking to my oncologist and I kind of was having a bad day and I shared this with him and he stopped me and he said, you didn't read everything I gave you. The Burkitt's had a 23% survival rate. The B52 was under 2. We would give you chemo just to give you a few more weeks. God had answered my prayers in a better way than I had ever imagined. And I was angry with God for not giving me what I wanted, but God really gave me what was best in the long run. And that really brought it home for me, that many times our prayers that are not answered is because God knows what's best better than we do. Do we have the faith and the trust to trust in Him more than we trust ourselves? Sometimes we may not see that goodness He really gave us until we get into the next world. But that's what faith, that's what trust is all about. That God does indeed answer all my prayers in always what is best for me. Not a sermon or a homily, but just that little jolt of faith sometimes we need to remind ourselves what really matters.